So you just bought a metal detector and you have no idea what to do? Let's get to it. Fear not. It's going to be okay, friends. There's no crying in metal detecting, and I'm going to show you why. First thing to do in metal detecting is to find a spot. I'm going to go over that in another video soon, but for now, we have this spot, and it looks pretty awesome. Remember, when finding a spot, make sure you're not trespassing. You can go to jail for metal detecting, friends. And that's a big no-no. Don't do it. First thing we need to do is turn our metal detectors on, right? That's the first thing we got to do. Today we're using the XP Deus 2. This little tutorial is going to cover the basics of metal detecting, so don't fret if you have a less fancy pants detector. These techniques are going to work for all of you. Let's go over a couple other things too. The tools we need, we'll be right back with that. Alright, so here's what we have today. We have our catch-all bag, our freaking tiny baby shovel, the orange carrot of truth, the Garrett carrot, and a metal detector. Oh, and one more thing, hold on. It's important to have a good shovel. Doesn't have to be that one, but it's important to have one that's not huge and heavy and makes a big mess. Okay, so we got our tools. Now let's go see if we can lock on to a signal, and we will go through it step by step again. This is made for any metal detector. Yeah, yours may not have some of the features this one has. It's okay. It doesn't matter right now. Forget about that. Don't blame the detector. Alright, let's get started. So first thing we want to do is just make sure we're not walking too fast and swinging too fast. If you watch me on TikTok Live, which is where most of the action happens for me, we live stream about 3 to 4 times a week and have a lot of fun with beatboxing, metal detecting, funny words, and and we do a little bit of impressions. If you're not on the TikToks, you may want to go check that out. That's where all the action happens with me typically. But I'm making this for YouTube. So, obviously, we're going to want to swing. And a big key component to this is keeping that coil close to the ground, right? Closer to the ground, the deeper you're going to go. So I'm just taking little baby steps, and I'm going kind of fast. I have a metal detector that you can swing at decent speed, and it's going to pick things up. You're going to hear some false signals right now. We'll talk about those later, but for now we're just looking at a swing. Take your time. Nice and easy. Keep that coil real close to the ground. I like to say I'm tickling the grass, okay? Give it a little tickle. Biggity bat. Hey, what? A tickle, baby. And you just keep doing this. Now let me show you what not to do. Watch this. You don't want to go like this. You just missed like 48 things. Oh, I thought I heard something right there. Alright, the next thing you don't want to do is swing your coil to where it's going off the ground. Like this. You want to keep that puppy right on the ground like this. You're touching the grass the whole time. Very important. Okay, let me show you another angle of what you don't want to do. Watch this. Okay, please don't do this. See how it's coming off the ground? You're missing a bunch of stuff. You want to keep it like this. Keep it on level with the ground, okay? Very, very important. I see a lot of people screwing up on this. So don't don't do that. Alright, we got it. Alright, man, that is a nice night. Okay, we're gonna get started here. What we're gonna do is a little bit of swinging. And we're going to notice the sounds we hear. We're not even going to pay attention to this screen yet. This screen can help you, but let's just think about the sounds and what they sound like. And this again goes for all metal detectors. We're looking for consistency in our signal. That doesn't mean every inconsistent signal is something bad. But for the basics right now, we're going to look for consistent signals. So let's get rolling. And you're going to hear a lot of noises right now, because I have my detector basically zeroed out. I want to hear everything, but every detector is different, but it doesn't matter, because all we're doing is listening for a sound that is consistent. Keeping our coil close to the ground, tickling the grass, walking slow. Maybe don't swing as fast as me, go a little bit slower. Okay, here we go. Let's make it so you can see we have a nice consistent sound this way, right? We're going to turn 90 degrees. And we're going to see that again, we have a consistent sound. It is hitting both ways. Now if we want to look at the numbers, we got a solid, pretty solid number there. Pretty sure I know what this is. Consistent number, consistent sound. This is a penny. Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about pinpointing. Pinpointing is how you know where the target is. And the way I do it is I'm hitting this target, right? I pull the detector back until I lose that sound. See how it's gone? Let's try that again. So we have our target. Pull the detector back towards you till you lose that sound. Now I put my coil right here. I know that that target is about right there. So I'll dig here. Now, let's talk about how to dig. We're going to dig a little circle. This isn't a very deep target. I can tell by how loud it is. So we're going to dig. Boom. Conch vision. Boom. Boom. Bang. And I always leave a little bit, like a little hatch door. Flip it. Hit it again. See? We got it. Now, we're going to take our pinpointer. Hopefully you have one of these. You need one. If you don't, I'll tell you where you can get one at the end of the video. Now there's something in here. Yeah, it's a penny. So that easy. So what we wanted to demonstrate right there was a solid, consistent signal hitting everywhere on the detector. I showed you how I pinpoint. Now there are pinpointer features on metal detectors. I don't find them useful typically. I can get things done quicker if I'm just doing it how I just showed you. So we just covered a couple different varieties of options in one little setting. Okay, we'll be back. Let's go sweep some more. Alright, there we go. So that's a 43 on my BDI. We're going to turn 90. A little jumpy. This is probably a piece of aluminum, but solid signal. Worth a try. I've dug a gold ring at a 43 like this before. So remember what we talked about with pinpointing, right? You're going to move your detector back towards you until you lose the target. It's gone. So you know that it's right here. Move it back. We're going to dig our hole. Boom. Usually it takes about 3 or 4 pushes. 3, 4, leave a hatch on the door, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, leave a hatch on the diggity door. Looks like we got it right in the plug. Take out the old trusty carrot. If you have the carrot, let me show you a cool trick. A lot of people don't know. You turn it on, right? You're digging. Where are you? I thought we had it. There it is. So if you want to get closer, if you push this button once, you get a little closer to that, boom. Now you have retuned it. So you can get even closer. This is really handy for getting close to something and knowing exactly where it is. In this case, it is a piece of aluminum like we said, but it was a solid signal that we wanted to investigate. So we did it. Sometimes those kind of signals turn out to be gold, and I am not kidding. So it's a good idea to check them. Also a good idea to learn how to better gauge which ones are really worth digging, because sometimes you're going to be in situations where you are inundated with signals, and that's where real skill comes in. So always make your stuff look nice too. So put this back, tuck it in, friends. We want to keep metal detecting in these public places that, well, I'm allowed to detect in. We're going to make this look nice. Put it back in there, give a little stomp. We call this the conch stomp. Boom, boom, boom. Hallelujah. Keep on moving. Sock it to you, baby. Hey. Aha. One more. Turn. Pretty consistent. I think I know what this is. I think it's the dreaded pull tab, or pull Tabitha if you watch me on TikTok. Boom. We're going to dig around, just like always. Nice, neat little plug. Pop it out, leave a little latch on there. Just flip it. See where it's at. Okay, this one's gonna make us work for it. This is where having one of these, any type of hand digger, comes in handy. So, we're gonna do this. There's something down there. This is probably aluminum or pull tab, like I first said. Still down there. Now that one was quieter, so the quieter typically, the deeper the item. Ooh, well, that's not junk totally. Got us a little relic-y looking thing here. Nice, kind of pretty good consistent signal. Came in like a pull tab. Some kind of little, gee whiz, I don't know what that is, but hey, that's part of metal detecting. It's something, some kind of pin, I don't know, but kind of shows you, you never really know. So another thing you can do, and I've gotten a pretty good ear for it to know if there's something else also down there with it. On the machine I have, the XP Deus 2, it's very good at, like, you can hear multiple things in a hole a lot of times. So I can hear if there's a coin and maybe there's a piece of foil or a nail. So on this one, I'm gonna just double check it, make sure there's not something else. But yeah, that's a decent, fun little find. I was thinking pull tab. See, you never know. So let's just leave it open. We're gonna jump back up real quick, recheck it. Looks like we're good. Close the hatch, my friends. Stompity stomp. Looks pretty good. This is a big field, so it's not a heavily trafficked area. We've got this nice pond here that's full of weeds, and it's just an excellent night. Let's see if we can get one more. Okay, there's a pretty good signal. Coming in solid. We're doing our 90-degree turn. Still coming in at 87, 88 on my machine. Okay, we're gonna move our detector back until we lose that signal, right? Boom, 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 boom. So I'm gonna dig right about where I left my coil. Ooh, we got a root. This might be a difficult one. Doesn't sound terribly deep. The louder the signal, the shallower it is typically, unless it's something humongous, then it's just loud all the way around. I'm not really sure what this one is. Could be a coin, could be aluminum. Sounds pretty good. Pretty solid. That's a high tone. So Let's see if we can find this puppy. Could be anything. We're right by the pond here. Oh, there we go. So these are some tags for a dog, the animal, not dog tags from the war. Look at that. Freaking Groot. And what's this, rabies tag or something? Well, anyway, was a nice solid signal. That was a pretty good demo. We pinpointed, we dug, we popped it out perfectly. So there you go. I am Groot. I am Groot. We did it. Hey, yeah, baby girl, yeah. Put that away and let's keep rolling. Okay, check this out. What do you do if the target is not consistent? So look. Sounds all right that way. You turn, and you have nothing. Well, let's dig it to see what it is, but I have a feeling it's going to be an iron piece of trash. And this is why you look for consistency. Now, it may be something. So this is where instinct and experience come in. I think this is trash. Let's find out. So we pinpointed it just like we had earlier. I just forgot to show you that again. We're digging our plug. Nice and neat. Leave the little hatch on there. See, now it's totally gone. So we need to rely on our pinpointer. It's good to learn how to avoid these issues here. This is why you try to stick to consistency. Man, this is a good way to see why you do it. So this is our inconsistent target. And I have a lot of people that watch my live streams who say like, oh, you should dig it all. And I say, no, my time's valuable. Now I get digging it all in certain circumstances. Like a Civil War area, I'm probably gonna dig it all. When I'm hunting these parks and stuff, heck no. I'm out here, my time is precious. I'm gonna try to hone in on the good stuff. So we're still going. So earlier you saw how easy it was to find those other targets. And I think I feel it. And here we go. That's what you get usually when you dig an inconsistent target, but not always. We can talk more about that another time, but there's your nail. I don't like digging nails. If you do, by all means, get them all so we don't have to worry about them. But that shows you inconsistent target where it's beeping one way and you change and nothing. We assumed it was a nail from the beginning. Now we know. Awesome. All right, guys, so we just covered the basics of metal detecting, just the basics. Things like finding consistent tone, things like how to pinpoint. If you don't have a pinpointer feature on your metal detector, that's very important. The first metal detector I had didn't have that feature. So we talked about how to move the detector coil back, and that's how you know where your target is. We talked about listening to the sound and the consistency. The number's important too, but for now, just focus on that sound. A good solid sound. We saw what happens when it's not a solid sound. So I feel like we learned some stuff today. We'll do a few more tutorials where it gets a little bit more intense, maybe heavily trashy areas. How to detect on the beach, that's a whole new game. And some more advanced features, like how to know how deep something is, how to know when to dig something even if it's not consistent. Maybe something's being masked. So stick around, I'm gonna make a lot more of these videos. All the products you saw are available on my website, conkdetects.com. All of that and more, and biggity what? We're gonna go home now, but look at this excellent sunset.